Lawyers say 27 Rivers lawmakers who defected to APC have lost their seat may have been induced. The caretaker committee chairman of the All Progressive Congress APC in Rivers State, Tony Okocha, in this interview with Ann Godwin, speaks on the feud between Governor Siminalayi Fubara and the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT Nyesom Wike, the defection 27 state lawmakers elected on the platform of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to the APC, as well as the implications of the return of Senators Magnus Abbey to the party, among other issues. He asked, recently, Governor Siminalayi Fubara declared that the 27 lawmakers who defected to the APC do not exist, and many have supported that assertion, citing Section 109(1)(g) of the Constitution, which states that the moment a person dumps the party that elected him into office, he has automatically lost his seat. Does the APC have a different interpretation of that section of the Constitution? In reply, he said, I tell you something, what lawyers do the moment they see an aspect of a section of the Constitution that suits their interest in a particular matter is to lift that aspect of a law that helps in justifying their position. They are careful not to bring in other aspects that will contradict them. So, Section 109(1)(g) has a proviso. The proviso is where the law said provided you are able to show proof of irreconcilable crisis in the party. It is a good ground to leave. All the time I've engaged with the media, I have cited several instances to this. The House of Assembly members said they have their reasons, evidences that the party is embroiled with crisis and that the crisis has become irredeemable and irreconcilable. They cited the case of a 2023 presidential election where 5 governors elected on the platform of the party supported a candidate of another party. Can the PDP say to be united when in 2023, 5 of its governors in different states, openly led by former Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State, stated that they would not vote for the party until certain wrongs were corrected, and they didn't vote? Check the history and check the 5 states they were still pretending. PDP would have won, but because they switched their support away from the PDP, the party lost. So isn't that enough to show that the party is in crisis? The second point is that before the assembly people defected to APC, 4 different judgments were coming to the PDP over who is the secretary of the party, and when the secretary position becomes an issue, it also goes to say that there is crisis in the party. The other reason they raised was that during the 2023 elections, they massively voted for President Bola Tinubu and now want to be part of Mr. President's renewed hope agenda and can best achieve that by coming into his political party. The fourth one is the imbroglio that ensued here in Rivers, and the governor left the majority of the House and was tilting towards an infinitesimal 4 members, and it is clear that the legislatures will make the law and the executive will execute. So, for these reasons, they can no longer remain fixated on a particular party. So it is not for anybody to say that they are losing their seats. It is for the court that will decide. And we have a myriad of cases and court challenging this matter. There is a judgment by Justice Omotosho of the Federal High Court, who had first stopped every discussion on the matter pending the final resolution. Secondly, he made a consequential order in a judgment, not an order, and the Supreme Court has said that the judges should restrain from granting an ex parte order except the order they will give is about to save lives or serious urgency. So, in summary, the Section 109(1)(g) in the Constitution has a proviso that justifies the lawmaker's defection to APC. Those senior lawyers justify the effect section without acknowledging the proviso and speaking from their pockets. Some have been induced, but they should stamp the law on the forehead because it is for generations to come. How won't a judge know that a judgment is superior to another? Or are they claiming that they are not aware of a judgment made long ago, that they are claiming that the assembly members have lost their seats? They asked him, your close ally and the FCT minister, Wike, is battling a lot of issues. The seats of the lawmakers loyal to him have been declared vacant. The council chairman loyal to him are about to exit office. Don't you think Wike is gradually losing grip of the state? He replied, That is far from it. Rather, what we should be asking is, don't we think that Governor Fubara is sending an open invitation to anarchy? The governor is becoming excessively lawless. He has become the chief lawbreaker of River State. I am taught that you can bend the law but not to break it. But when you overly try to break the law, a law that you're supposed to uphold and protect, then there is madness somewhere. I learned that a governor has given an executive order compelling the assembly to be meeting inside the government house. They are not good students of history. Assuming the four lawmakers are in good number, it is wrong for them. It is wrong for the governor to use an order to compel them to come and use the government house as their sitting venue. I was a former chief of staff when the assembly had crisis during our time when Governor Chibike Rotimi Amechi was in office. The assembly on their own passed a resolution saying that the safest place for them to sit was at the government house. The law said the assembly self-regulates their operations, so the assembly can independently resolve to sit anywhere. But when you make an order compelling them to sit at a particular venue, you are emasculating them. The four men sitting are not the state assembly. According to the law, for an assembly to be properly constituted, it must have a quorum, and that quorum is 1/3. And let me ask, can 1/3 of 32 be 3 people? If that flies, it means a day will come and we'll just have one member and they will say it's the state assembly. So you see a deliberate illegality being machinated by the governor. He is ordinately desperate. They asked, following your position that stopping the Martins Ameuli-led assembly is an impeachable offense on Governor Fubara, the PDP has accused APC of forcing itself on River State government. How would you respond to that? In reply, he said, though the APC National Publicity Secretary has responded to that, you do not tweak the rules and the laws to favor the interests of any individual. The laws are sacrosanct and they are as made. So for anybody to rewrite the constitution overnight, the person would have some goofing to do. Some processes are necessary. Some processes are constitutional. When there is an aberration to the law, it is an impeccable offense because you swore to defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So the moment you start to break it, it becomes an impeachable offense. So we are right when we said the governor has committed plenty of offenses and they are impeachable offenses. It has become irredeemable. There is nothing else we can do. We have cancelled him. When you're faced with criticism, you learn from it because no man is a compendium of knowledge. Alright, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen until I come your way next time. Enjoy the rest of your day.